Welcome back to the Max Out Show. Today's topic is the science of positive thinking, and specifically why fantasizing and daydreaming about your goals can actually sap your motivation to make them a reality. So there's this common notion in the personal development field that if you want to achieve your goals, all you've got to do is dream about them and fantasize about them and, visualize them all day long. People talk a lot about the law of attraction. They talk a lot about manifesting things in their lives. And there is a certain merit to that. And we're going to talk about doing that the right way later. But oftentimes, the struggle that many people face is they fantasize so much about their dreams, they don't actually take any action in their lives to actually make those dreams a reality. Now, why is that? Because we actually fool our brains into thinking that we're already successful. And if we're already successful, what happens is you don't need to take any action anymore. So Gabriele Oettingen, a fellow German psychologist and a researcher at New York University, she studied this for the last 30 years now. And what she has found is that when she asked people to fantasize about their goals, right? She got people in the lab, she measured their blood pressure and asked them to fantasize about their biggest dreams in life. And then after a couple minutes, she takes their blood pressure again. And what she has found is that in just a few minutes, their blood pressure dropped significantly. Now, you might think that's a good thing because in general, to live a happy and healthy life, we want to have a low blood pressure, right? We want to, feel like in a state of calm and relaxedness, right? But not if we want to achieve our goals. If we want to achieve our goals, if we want to take action, if we want to be motivated, we want to feel electrified, inspired, excited, full of energy to burst through any door, to burst through any obstacle. And yet what she has found is that the people actually reported feeling lethargic and, calm and, just not anywhere close to being ready to attack. That is because they tricked their brains into believing that they had already succeeded. And if you've already succeeded, there's no more impetus to action. There's no more reason to get motivated. There's no more reason to get off the couch if you've already achieved your goal, right? If you've already run that marathon, if you already have that dream partner, you don't need to go out there anymore and make it happen because it's already there in your brain. Now, the reason this works is because our brains can't tell the difference between reality and something that we readily imagine. So just imagine, for example, watching a scary movie and that evil guy comes in with the axe through the door. Why do you scream, right? I still, to this day, I have to admit, I check under my bed after watching a scary movie because to our brains, it is the same thing. We can't tell the difference between reality and something that we picture in our minds over and over and over again. And it's the same thing with fantasizing, right? You trick your brain into believing that your ideal life is already there, and there's a certain merit to that. But what can happen, and this is a trap, I'm going to discuss later how to avoid that, but what can happen for many people is they fantasize so much about it that they take away any motivation and any desire to actually make it a reality because in their minds, they're already there. Now, of course, I'm not saying with this that visualization, goal setting, dreaming about your biggest desires is in any way bad. It's just that many people go about it the wrong way. Because instead of, dreaming about it only, instead of fantasizing about it only, what Gabriele Oettingen has found is more powerful is something called mental contrasting, which is nothing more than contrasting that goal that you have, the desire, with the present reality of what's standing in the way. And so it's really combining the goals with the obstacles and the current reality of what your life looks like, bringing those two together to get more clear on what exactly do I need to do to actually make that dream come true. And by doing that, what she has found, we actually create this impetus for action in our brains. We train our brain to focus on taking action, to focus on moving forward rather than believing that we're already there. And so Gabriele Oettingen, she's developed a great tool for this called WOOP, W-O-O-P, which stands for wish, outcome, obstacle, and plan. And so I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into each one of these. And I really want to encourage you to stop and pause this video. If you're listening to podcasts, to stop it and really write things down or at least think about what each of these steps means for you. So let's start with the wish. That's a big goal, the desire you have, right? Maybe you want to run that 3-hour marathon. Maybe you want to find the partner of your dreams. You want to get that promotion at work. You want to start your own business. You want to be more loving with your kids. Whatever that dream, that goal is, that ambition that you have. The outcome then is the number one benefit you're going to get from achieving that goal. So what is the biggest benefit? Maybe you're going to be happier. Maybe you just build a better connection with that person, right? Maybe you just find someone that you can share that love and that joy and that laughter with. Maybe you're just going to get in the best shape of your life, and you're really going to be proud when you finally finish, cross the finish line of your first marathon. Whatever it is, really getting clear on that why. Now, these are really powerful steps, but unfortunately, that's where most people stop. Most people stop right here at this point of the dreaming and the fantasizing about it. So you get clear on what they want and why they want it, but don't take the next two steps. And those are really key. Those are really game-changing steps, which are the obstacle and the plan to overcome that. Because these two keys here are really the ones that help you actually translate that fantasy into action and therefore reality. And so let's keep going here with the obstacle. What is the number one obstacle inside of me that prevents me from achieving my goal? So not looking at the outside, not looking at lack of resources, not looking at the environment, because those things you can change if the mindset is right. So you've got to ask yourself, what is the number one obstacle within me? What is stopping me? What false beliefs, what negative emotions, what unhelpful thoughts, what negative habits are holding me back from achieving a goal? So if you want to run a 3-hour marathon, right? What am I not doing, or what am I doing that prevents me from my goal? Am I eating too much junk food? Am I not running the miles I need to do? Do I not, have the training plan yet? Do I not, commit enough? Am I just tired every time, I get back home after work? I'm just like too exhausted, and so I don't go running anymore because I just want to, sit in front of the couch, eat junk food. Like whatever it is, really get clear on the number one obstacle within you. And then lastly, you want to plan, P here, you want to plan for how to overcome the obstacle. So what exactly you can do to overcome that? Maybe if you want to, you're always too tired at 7 p.m., maybe you're going to run at lunch break or before work, or maybe you're going to find a way to energize yourself again. If you can't get yourself to study, maybe you got to listen to some rocky music and dance around the room and energize yourself physically, right? So whatever it is, really find and develop a plan for action that allows you to actually attack that goal. And so guys, this is the gold right here. This is really where it's powerful, because by getting clear, not just on a dream and why you want it, but then also on the obstacles within you and a plan for how exactly you can overcome those obstacles, you create an impetus for action in your brain. You actually train your brain to focus on action, to focus on moving forward, to focus on what can I do? What am I in control of, right? It gives you back the sense of self-efficacy, the sense of I am in control and I'm in charge of my life. And by doing the thing, I can actually achieve that goal. And so this is a really, really powerful technique that's been shown by research to just be super effective in actually helping people move towards their goals. Now, a great way to think about, especially the last two aspects here, the obstacle and the plan, is something called implementation intentions, which are nothing more than if-then statements. So if, for example, like I mentioned before, if I get back home from work after 7 p.m., after a long day, I'm tired and exhausted, and I don't feel like running anymore, then I will do X. Then I will, take a cold shower. I will eat a banana. I will, talk to a friend for a few minutes, energize myself again, and then go running. Or if, I, don't really feel like, being loving, kind to my family right now, if I'm like in a bad mood, I get back home from work, I'm just like, I feel like yelling at them, then I'll remind myself of how I want to show up, of who I really want to be. I'll remind myself of, the importance of those relationships, that those are the most important people in my life, whatever it is. But so the if-then statements, implementation intentions are really a powerful way to go from, current situation and obstacles holding you back to then getting clear on how exactly you're going to overcome that. And so really what this comes down to is pre-commitment. It comes down to deciding in advance before you even get in situations that might be tempting, that might be triggering you, that might be overwhelming. Before you even get there, you want to already have a plan for action. You want to be clear on how exactly you're going to overcome those obstacles. They're inevitably going to show up. Because the one thing that is guaranteed in life, there's going to be obstacles and adversity and problems. And there's going to be times when you don't feel like doing the things that you should do. And so planning for these things in advance, really getting clear on what exactly I can do in those moments when I'm tempted, is going to allow you to, in that moment, make a much better decision. And so guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, hit the subscribe button below. Let me know in the comments your own WOOP technique. So what's that wish? What's that outcome? What's that obstacle? And what's your plan for overcoming that? Thanks for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow.